Hello, YouTube family, and welcome back. Or if you're new, just welcome. I am Texas Beach Mom or Mama Robin, whichever you prefer, and this is Watch Wednesday. So let's go. All right. Last week on Watch Wednesday, I played a 30 minutes of a 2-hour video from a creator who apparently thinks he's a genius. I disagree. I'm not saying that he's not smart or doesn't have talent. Some of the things he said were, in my opinion, highly egotistical. And it showed that he really doesn't know what he's talking about in some cases, but he thinks he does. And he talked about how Chris wasn't a narcissist and how he can prove it. Well, I watched the whole video twice. I don't think he proved a damn thing other than the fact that he's arrogant. But whatever. That wasn't what the video was about. And a lot of people commented on last week's video telling me they didn't like his channel either. Not that smart, but he is very arrogant. But that wasn't what the video was about. It was about Chris being a narcissist or not being one. And it was to start a discussion, to start a debate, to start a debate. And so while most of you commented, if the ones that commented that you didn't like the channel either, a few of you came back with the debate on whether or not Chris is a narcissist. And this is what I want. This is why I tell people to leave comments. I want to start a discussion or a debate or whatever. The only thing I ask is that people be respectful of other people's feelings. So, with that being said, let's continue the conversation. Okay. A few people came at me going, Chris isn't a narcissist because he shows empathy. Okay. That's your point on it. That's your point, and that's good. I mean, I don't agree with you, but that's kind of what I want. I want people to discuss and debate it. I'd rather you discuss and debate it in the comments, like with each other, but that's fine. I'll continue the debate. So the idea was, like I said, to discuss whether or not Chris is a narcissist. And if you think he is, great. And if you don't think he is, that's fine too. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. And whether I agree with you or not, I will literally fight to the death to protect your freedom to discuss and debate your opinions. So, Chris is not a narcissist, and I feel like that if there's people saying in the comments, there's more people that just didn't say anything. I'd rather them say something. I can't respond to everyone if I have a whole bunch, but the whole idea when I ask people to make comments is to get a discussion going. So, like I said, I'm going to take off with it. Okay, is Chris a narcissist? In my opinion, he is, and I've given many reasons over the months, years, whatever, why I believe he is. Again, I cannot stress enough that I am not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, nothing, no medical. But I lived one for 11 years, and once he was diagnosed as a malignant narcissist, I did my own research. And I still do research to this day. Because my desire to learn about what made him tick, what made him treat me the way he did, what makes him do the things he does, was important to me. I wanted to understand it. I wasn't happy with, well, your husband's a malignant narcissist. I wanted to know, okay, why? And one of the reasons I keep coming back to it is because I've said before also that in some of Shanann's messages, her videos, where she talks about, oh, he's the greatest husband and father everybody could want. You know what? I used to feel like that too. I remember feeling that way. I remember being able to brag about, I have found the best man. Because they want you to think that. They want you to think that you are their entire world, and they want you to think that they are the best person for you. It's part of what they do. But in her happy times, I could feel it. Like, I could feel it because I felt the same way. And in her angry and frustrated times in the last 6 weeks, when she was talking about how much he changed or the things he's doing, he didn't change. His mask slipped off, but that's just my opinion. Actually, it's not just my opinion. It's my opinion. It's other content creators' opinion. It's body behavioral people's opinion. It's therapist's opinion. It's psychologist's opinion. It's psychiatrist's opinion. It's a lot of opinions. It ain't just mine. But there are people out there that just don't agree with that. And that is perfectly wonderful. Again, that's kind of why we start the debate. But as I said, I had people coming, well, he's not a narcissist because he showed empathy. And then their argument on that was, well, he helped Shanann organize her pills, and he went to doctor's appointments with her. Not once mentioned any empathy to the kids, and only mentioned what they call empathy to Shanann. Okay, so that's your argument. And again, I'm not mad. You have the right to believe whatever you want to believe. But because I'm calling this a discussion or a debate, I said my piece, then you said yours. Now I get to come back. Okay. That was the two most cited things, is that he was kind to her. He showed empathy because he helped her with her pills and helped her with her doctor's appointments. Okay. Well, first of all, and I'm not putting you down. I'm not. This is not an attack on you. But that amount of empathy, that he helped her with her meds and he went to doctor's appointments, that's a low bar. I get that kind of empathy from my neighbor. Again, I'm not insulting you as a person. I'm not even insulting your opinion as much as I'm presenting why I don't agree with it as part of the discussion. I get that kind of empathy from a neighbor. So because I get that kind of empathy from a neighbor, I expect so much more out of my spouse or the father of my children. And maybe I expect too much. Shit, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong for that one. But to me, that's not a sign of empathy. I mean, it is a form of empathy. I don't misunderstand me. And if you believe that that's all that's necessary to be a good person, that's your belief. You have that right. I don't agree with it. Like I said, I can get that kind of empathy from a neighbor. Maybe I just got really good neighbors. Shit, I'm not going to argue that one. But back to what I was saying. So I never once saw empathy in him. And the thing I know a lot of you don't understand, and will never understand unless you have ever lived with one, either as a parent or a partner, you don't get it. You're not going to get it. And so I might be just wasting breath here. And I'm not trying to fully get you to agree with me, but I am trying to get you to understand why I feel the way I feel. Because when she has her good times with Chris, and she talks about what a wonderful man he is, I feel it. I used to brag about mine all the time. But when she was having her problems with him, and she was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what changed. He didn't change. Nikki allowed him to take that mask off. It was already starting to slip, but Nikki allowed him to take the mask off. That's what he means by when he tells the detectives, oh, she lets me be myself. I can be myself. All right. Oh, if yourself is a narcissist, then yeah, she's letting you be yourself. I never once saw him show actual empathy to his wife or his kids. In my opinion, if you have that kind of empathy for your children, you don't kill them. Or even if he didn't kill them, even if he let Nicole do it, and I don't think he did, I think he did it himself, but even if you let Nicole do it, if you have empathy, you don't let anybody hurt your children. You don't let anybody hurt your children. You just don't. You just don't. So, in my opinion, he doesn't show empathy to anyone. But you know what the narcissist can do? And this is part of what I call their mask, is they can fake empathy. Yeah, they can fake it. That's part of their mask, is faking empathy. When they're love bombing you, they can fake it. That's part of love bombing. And then even when they're devaluing you, they can still fake empathy in front of friends and family. Because they don't want anybody to know how fucking messed up they really are. They don't want anybody to know how truly messed up they are. They don't know how evil they can be. So they not only fake empathy while they're love bombing you, because that's a big part of it, they fake empathy in front of people, and then when you get home, treat you like shit. That's a big thing for a narcissist. They that's part of their thing. That's what they do, is they think they fake empathy. And while it is possible to lose empathy, it usually takes years to lose empathy. People don't lose empathy over 6 weeks. And even though he might have been at the beginning stages of losing that empathy, if he ever truly had it, it takes longer than 6 weeks. It even takes longer, usually in most cases, to lose it. It takes longer than a year. So, because some of us believe, okay, not very many people believe that Nicole only knew Chris for 6 weeks. A lot of us believe that he'd known her for at least a year. So that would have meant he was losing empathy possibly before them. I don't know. But I just don't. And like I said, this is not coming after you, the people that said this, or the people that are thinking this. This is not coming after you personally. I'm not coming after you all. I'm sure you're wonderful, and you have every right to your opinion. I'm just now presenting my side as a discussion or a debate. I'm explaining my side because I don't think some people actually get how horrible living with a narcissist was. And for those who are going to come out and say, well, you put up with him for 11 years, it couldn't have been that bad. Part of what they do is they isolate you. They isolate you from your friends and from your family. In my case, I was isolated from friends and family. I was moved out of Missouri into Texas. Now, I did it willingly. It's not like he drugged me kicking and screaming. But I didn't know I was going to be so isolated. He always liked to live on the outskirts of town, like way far from any work. I was not allowed to have a job through most of the marriage. I wasn't allowed to have a car until the end of the marriage. And then when it broke down, he just abandoned it. Instead of fixing it, even though I had the money to buy the parts, I even bought the parts. So instead of fixing it, he just abandoned it and let it die. And then when we did split up, he sold it. Even though his name wasn't on the title, he sold it to one of those junkyards, the ones that buy used cars and whatever. Yeah, he sold it. So nice of him. But anyway, they fake it. They fake empathy. That's one of their best skills. But for all you people out there who believe he's not a narcissist, and you believe that he's not because he can show empathy, give me something a little stronger. Give me a better example of his empathy, because I've never seen empathy from him. And again, I'm not fighting with you. This is called a discussion or debate for a reason. I started the discussion. Some people came at me in the comments. They discussed, they debated it. Now I'm coming back with my rebuttal. Yeah, that's about all I have tonight. I think next week we'll go ahead and watch some more of that video that we watched last week. But I wanted to come in tonight and talk to you about the comments, not because I'm mad about them. I cannot stress enough that I want people to comment. I want to have discussions. I want to have debates. I want us to be able to talk freely about these things without hurting other people's feelings. So, with that being said, that's all I have for tonight. My argument or my debate or whatever is, I believe he was. I don't believe he ever had empathy to start with. Maybe he did have empathy, and I don't know it. I never saw it. So yeah, let's continue the conversation. But it is wrapping up time, so I want to remind everybody, if you have a birthday, happy birthday. If you had an anniversary, happy anniversary. Be sure and like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell so you'll know when I'm getting ready to say something stupid. Share this with people that you think might be interested in it. And let's keep the conversation going in the contents. In the comments, please. Let's do that for me. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful and blessed night. I hope to see some of you Friday. I will be back with more Ladybird Lake smiley face killer stuff. We're gonna work on it. So anyway, y'all have a beautiful and blessed night, and I hope to see you Friday, 9 o'clock Central Time.